Macmillan Audio presents The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary. Read for you by Carrie Hope Fletcher and Kwaku Fortune.
The Flatshare by Beth O'Leary.
Read by Carrie Hope Fletcher and Kwaku Fortune.
February. Chapter 1. Tiffy. You've got to say this for desperation. It makes you much more open-minded. I really can see some positives in this flat. The Technicolor mould on the kitchen wall will scrub off, at least in the short term. The filthy mattress can be replaced fairly cheaply, and you could definitely make the argument that the mushrooms growing behind the toilet are introducing a fresh, outdoorsy feel to the place. Gertie and Mo, however, are not desperate, and they are not trying to be positive. I would describe their expressions as aghast. You can't live here. That's Gertie. She's standing with her heeled boots together and her elbows tucked in tightly, as though occupying as little space as possible in protest at being here at all. Her hair is pulled back in a low bun, already pinned so she can easily slip on the barrister's wig she wears for court. Her expression would be comical if it weren't my actual life we're discussing here. There must be somewhere else within budget, Tiff, Mo says worriedly, bobbing up from where he was examining the boiler cupboard. He looks even more dishevelled than usual, helped by the cobweb now hanging from his beard. This is even worse than the one we viewed last night. I look around for the estate agent. He's thankfully well out of earshot, smoking on the balcony. The sagging roof of the neighbour's garage, definitely not designed for walking on. I'm not looking around another one of these hellholes, Gertie says, glancing at her watch. It's 8 a.m. She'll need to be at Southwark Crown Court for 9. There must be another option. Surely we can fit her in at ours, Mo suggests for about the 5th time since Saturday. Honestly, would you stop with that? Gertie snaps. That is not a long-term solution, and she'd have to sleep standing up to even fit anywhere. She gives me an exasperated look. Couldn't you have been shorter? We could have put you under the dining table if you were less than 5'9". I make an apologetic face, but really I'd prefer to stay here than on the floor of the tiny, eye-wateringly expensive flat Mo and Gertie jointly invested in last month. They've never lived together before, even when we were at university. I'm concerned that it may well be the death of their friendship. Mo is messy, absent-minded, and has this uncanny ability to take up an enormous amount of room despite being relatively small. Gertie, on the other hand, has spent the last 3 years living in a preternaturally clean flat, so perfect that it looks computer-generated. I'm not sure how the two lifestyles will overlay without West London imploding. The main problem, though, is if I'm crashing on someone's floor, I can just as easily go back to Justin's place. And as of 11 p.m. Thursday, I have officially decided that I cannot be allowed that option any longer. I need to move forward, and I need to commit to somewhere so I can't go back. Mo rubs his forehead, sinking down into the grimy leather sofa. Tiff, I could lend you some... I don't want you to lend me any money, I say more sharply than I mean to. Look, I really need to get this sorted this week. It's this place or the Flatshare. The bed share, you mean, Gertie says. Can I ask why it has to be now? Not that I'm not delighted, just that last time I checked you were sitting tight in that flat waiting for the next time he who must not be named deigned to drop by. I wince, surprised. Not at the sentiment. Mo and Gertie never liked Justin, and I know they hate that I'm still living at his place, even though he's hardly ever there. It's just unusual to hear Gertie bring him up directly. After the final peacemaking dinner with the 4 of us ended in a furious row, I gave up on trying to make everyone get along and just stopped talking to Gertie and Mo about him altogether. Old habits die hard. Even post-breakup, we've all dodged around discussing him. And why does it have to be so cheap? Gertie goes on, ignoring the warning look from Mo. I know you're paid a pittance, but really, Tiffy, $400 a month is impossible in London. Have you actually thought about all this, properly? I swallow. I can feel Mo watching me carefully. That's the trouble with having a counsellor as a friend. Mo is basically an accredited mind reader, and he never seems to switch his superpowers off. Tiff, he says gently. Oh, bloody hell, I'll just have to show them. There's nothing else for it.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?